Welcome! We are so glad you've joined us for this session of the Read by Fourth Parent Workshop on Early Reading Skills. Please be sure you have the Family Take-Home Workbook and the Early Reading Skills Guide Sheet on hand as you watched this session on second and third grade phonics skills. In the previous session, we had fun exploring early phonics activities. To review, phonics helps our children learn to crack the code. In kindergarten and first grade, children learn to recognize, name, and write the letters of the alphabet. And most importantly, they learn to connect speech sounds to those letters and letter patterns. In this session, we are going to introduce some second and third grade phonics skills. At this stage, your child should be reading short one-syllable words with both long and short vowel sounds. And as their skills grow, they will recognize a whole bunch of new words. In fact, when those short syllables are combined, they form multisyllabic words. Your child will learn to decode two-syllable words, and then they'll learn to read even longer words. Take a look at this animated video for some examples of activities you can try with your child.
Two-syllable words. In second and third grade, you get to learn two-syllable words. Let's put these syllables together to make two-syllable words. How about I find the first syllable and you find the second?
Okay, I like making big words.
How about nap? If that's the first syllable, what might be the second syllable?
How about time for nap time?
Good. Can you find another syllable that makes a two-syllable word with nap?
I got it. Kin for napkin. Napkin is a two-syllable word.
Now here's an easy one. Base. What might the second syllable be for a new word?
Ball. Base plus ball makes the word baseball.
Okay, now I'll put the syllables together, and you can read all the two-syllable words now.
Pancake. Combine. Napkin. Bedtime and baseball. What does combine mean?
I'm so glad you asked because we always want to know the meaning of words. Combine means to put together. In fact, we are combining syllables to make two-syllable words. We are putting the syllables together.
As you can see, your children learn so much in school. So looking at the guide sheet, you'll notice that two-syllable words are listed in a couple of places, but we just reviewed second grade phonics skills number 2. Read two-syllable words with long vowels. Now let's watch another animation in which you will see a grandmother talking with her grandson about contractions.
Now it's really detective time. Have you ever learned about contractions? Contractions are words that have been combined and then shortened. Contraction means to make smaller, like a balloon, when the air goes out of it. We say that the balloon got smaller or contracted. When a word is a contraction, it has been made smaller and there is an apostrophe to show where the letters are missing. So the apostrophe is a clue for a good detective. Here's a contraction for you to do some detective work on. Can't. Can you figure out what letters are missing?
I sure know what can't means. It means I can't do something. I am not able to do it. Oh yeah, it means I cannot do something. So the missing letters are the N and the O of cannot. So the word got smaller. It contracted from cannot to can't.
Okay, here's another one for you. Good detective. Can you find the two words that can be made into a contraction in this sentence? I do not like spinach.
Ha ha, easy. I don't like spinach. Do not becomes don't, and I have to remember to add the apostrophe, and I really don't like spinach.
One of the activities you'll see demonstrated later has to do with contractions, so stay tuned for that. Contractions are also a second grade phonics skill. See number 3 on your guide sheet. Second and third graders also learn about prefixes and suffixes, which are small word parts that change the meaning of the word to which they are attached. Prefixes are added to the beginning of words, and suffixes are added to the end of words. On the guide sheet, reading words with common prefixes and suffixes is a second grade phonics skill number 4 and third grade phonics skill number 1. Now let's watch this animation to learn more.
Now we're going to change the meaning of words by adding a short word part at the beginning of a word. These word parts are called prefixes, and they change the meaning of a word. Watch this. Here's the word happy. Now, what if I put un at the beginning of the word? Now it's unhappy. What does unhappy mean?
It means you are not happy.
Exactly. Un changes the meaning of a word to the opposite, like from happy to not happy. What happens if you add un to friendly?
You get unfriendly, which means not friendly. It's the opposite.
You are unbelievable. Now here's another, pre. See if you can figure out how the prefix pre changes a word's meaning. If I put pre at the beginning of the word made, I get what?
Pre-made.
Yeah, so if I go to the deli and the sandwiches are pre-made, they are made ahead of time. They're made before I get there. How about view? Can you add the prefix pre?
That's preview, like a preview of a movie. I get to watch some of it before I see the whole thing. I get a preview.
You got it. You got prefixes. Did you know that there are word parts that can be added to the end of words too, that change the meaning?
I sure do. They're called suffixes.
Yes, let's try one. Can you add to the end of the word play? What do you get?
Play turns into playa.
Yep, you like to play baseball and you are a great baseball player.
And I like to read. I am a great reader.
Be sure to reach out to your child's teacher if you need more support around any of these concepts. Once again, we have some activities you can try at home with your child to support their higher level phonics skill development. You will find these activities in the Family Take-Home Workbook. First, let's demonstrate how to play a contraction game. This is a matching game where you ask your child to match cards showing two words to the correct contraction inside the triangle activity sheet. The goal is for your child to match all the contractions, but of course here we only show a few word cards. Imagine your child picks the card I have. Ask, can you tell me what the contraction is? Your child should identify I've and then place the card on the matching square on the activity sheet. This gives you the chance to discuss the contraction and what letters are missing that are now replaced by the apostrophe. Now let's discuss a tricky contraction, one that doesn't quite follow the rules. It is very common, however. We all use it, so let's take a look. What if your child chooses the card will not? What does it become as a contraction? That's right, won't. The letters I, L, L are dropped and the O moves to create the contraction. This is one you may have to explain to your child. One way to help them remember is to show them how the contraction won't rhymes with the contraction don't. Next, let's demonstrate a prefix-suffix game. In your family take-home workbook, you will find an activity sheet with prefix, suffix, and root word cards that you can cut out and use with your child. For this activity, you are going to ask your child to combine the word part cards to build as many words as they can. For example, export, export, and exporting. Or you can give your child a selection of prefix, suffix, and root word cards and ask them to combine and write down as many words as they can think of on the activity sheet. Once they're done, have them read the words they built, and you can both discuss the words' meanings. If your child records a combination that does not form a real word, discuss that one too, and see if you can rebuild it to make a real word. These types of activities give your children opportunities to read new words they may never have seen before. That's it. Thanks for watching this session of the Read by Fourth Parent Workshop on Early Reading Skills for 2nd and 3rd grade phonics. Now it's your turn to try some of the activities offered in the Family Take-Home Workbook. Have fun!